Hi, today I'll be talking about my final project code for ENA380. Sorry if I sound a little sick. I've been sick for the past 3 weeks. So basically, my project is on powerlifting. So basically, what powerlifters do is they follow a program, either given online or given by a coach, and it'll tell them how many reps to do, how many sets to do, how much weight to do on a specific day, day-to-day basis or week-to-week basis. And basically, my code is simplifying this process by um, asking external factors and also automating the process. Since coaches can be expensive or unavailable at certain times, I wanted to make a easy way for any powerlifter to uh, give themselves a program based on my code. So first part of my code is all the different libraries that you will need to download, randoms, pandas, etc. Um, so let me just begin by running my program. So the first thing it'll ask is my max numbers for my max squat. So that's given right here. It'll ask max squat, bench, and deadlift. That's right here. This class just basically creates my powerlifting program. So my max squat is 385 pounds. And my max bench is 225, and my max deadlift is 440. So the next thing I'll ask is the number of blocks that I want. And basically what blocks are the uh, sets and reps will stay the same, but each week the weights will increase by certain amounts. Most powerlifting programs have 4 to 6 weeks. I decided to do 4 because majority programs have 4 weeks per block. So I hard coded that in. So let's say I want to have 3 blocks. So this next part of my code basically just puts the max number of sets and reps and max weight that my powerlifting program will have. This is implemented later, and then this is asking for the number of blocks, like I previously mentioned. So this next part asks for the rest days I want. So it'll also be the number of days I will work out as well per week in consequence. So say I want to rest on day 2 and day 4. So let's get it right here. Uh, this next part generates the program. And now I have my schedule for block 1, week 1. Um, so this is day 1. It gives me the lift for bench press on the first day for 5 sets and 8 reps of 145 pounds. And the next day is a rest day, like I mentioned right here. Um, so we'll move on to day 3. Day 3, I will squat and deadlift for 5 sets of 8 reps with 250 pounds and 285 pounds. Day 4 is a rest day. Uh, day 5, you'll bench press and deadlift with this much weight, and then day 6, you'll do this, and then day 7, you'll do this. I forgot. So basically, before I go on, I forgot to mention that I chose the training week days to be 3 to 6 days, or basically 1 to 4 days of rest. I basically did this because 1 or 2 days of training each week, I feel like will not make too much progress for the individual lifter, and 7 days is too much lifting for a lifter to make progress. And based on how many number of days they are training per week, they will have a different lift for each day. So if they're training 3 days a week, they will squat and bench on the first day of training. They'll bench and deadlift for the second day, and then they'll squat, bench, deadlift for the third day. And this is unique to each amount of training days. So if they were to train 4 days a week, they would squat, bench, first day, bench, deadlift, second day, squat third day, squat bench deadlift on the fourth day. And you can see here on my right, I chose 5 days a week to train. So that's the first day you'll bench, third day you'll squat deadlift, and so on. So moving on, basically, this next week we'll have the same amount of sets and reps, but the weight will increase slightly. So you can see it goes from 145, 150, and then over here it goes from 250 to 255. And this goes for every week. It'll increase up until week 4, where the block ends, and then you hit a heavy weight for that week. So now I finished block 1, and now I'll go to second block. Now the second block, the weight increases the first day. So if you see up here, it's 145 pounds, and now it's 157 pounds, but the amount of sets and reps have decreased. So this is basically simple linear progression for muscle growth. So now if you go click next or enter, you can see that the weight increased again for this week. But the sets and reps stay the same. And this goes on again and again till week 4. And you'll see that we hit our heaviest weight on the last week. And this goes for the third block as well. It'll decrease the number of sets and reps, but the weight will increase once again. So now we go to week 4. So now the program has ended because I finished all 3 blocks that I wanted. So now I asked the user to go max. I gave them numbers that they can try to hit. And this is based on how many blocks they have used. And basically, I went week to week so that the user isn't overwhelmed by information, instead of printing all 3 blocks and all 4 weeks for each block. And going back to my code back here, I made it so that, I made a function that will round numbers to the nearest 2.5. So as you can see here, all the numbers for the weight are in increments of 2.5 pounds. And the reason why I did this is many gyms don't have smaller than 2.5 pound weights. So if I weren't implementing this function, then I would get numbers such as like 174.25 pounds. And that's just not ideal because a lot of gyms don't have those weight increments. So that's why I did that. And sometimes for that reason, you will see that the weight does not actually increase week to week. So right here, you see that the weight is 175 pounds for the third week and 135 pounds again for the fourth week. And this is because I rounded, and otherwise it would give me weird numbers. And that's implemented here. And let me go back a little bit right here. Generates the program. This shows next block. This basically generates the amount of sets and reps based on the number of blocks. So if it's block 3, it'll give 3 sets right here and then 6 reps. And this next part basically creates a data frame and uses pandas to organize the data so it looks all neat, like right here. And then over here, we'll calculate the weight that the user will receive on that day. So you can see I implemented the nearest 2.5 pounds, and this is the formula for the weight increase per week or per block. And then this data frame function or line of code just organizes the data, so on. And this part just basically is the maxing part right here. And this next part of the code is pretty similar to what's up here. It's basically repeating it, except the only difference is that I asked the external factor questions. So the number of sleep hours, if you ate today, the stress level, and then this line just adjusts the numbers. So right here, going back to the right, so how many hours did I sleep? Let's say I slept 4 hours. I was studying for an exam. Did I eat today? No, I didn't. And how stressed am I? I will say 7. I'm pretty stressed because I have an exam. And basically, it will reduce my numbers. So right here, it says 135 pounds. Up here is 145 pounds. So now I decrease the weight by 10 pounds since I didn't sleep well and I didn't eat. I'm also very stressed. So now we'll go to try a different example. So how many hours did I sleep this day? I slept 9 hours. I slept great. I ate well. I'm very not stressed. I'd say the scale of 1 to 10, I'm a 4. Uh, and then I'll say, oh, you got a lot of sleep. If you're feeling strong, I can increase your numbers. So basically, I'll say, yes, I'm feeling very strong. So now it'll increase the weight uh, for that particular day. So now I'm doing a lot more weight. Well, not a lot more, but a little more weight than I would have if I were to be feeling just average. Um, and then I'll try another scenario. I got 0 hours of sleep. I didn't eat, and I'm really stressed. So it'll ask me, uh, you rated your stress level as a 10. Do you want to skip this exercise? So I have two options. I can say yes or no. So if I say I want to skip, um, sorry about that. I had some issue with my laptop, and I also realized that there was a error in my code. So let me just restart. Um, I'll just skip through everything. Uh, 5, 3, 3, 2. I'll keep everything the same. So how many hours did I sleep? So let's say I slept 0 hours. Did I eat today? No. How stressed am I on a scale of 1 to 10? Say 10. So then I say, you rated your stress level as 10. So I have two options. I can say yes or no. If I want to skip, um, it'll say, that's okay, listen to your body, and you can just skip this day. If I choose the same thing, 0 sleep, no, scale of 10, I'm stressed. Do I want to skip this exercise? If I say, no, I don't want to, I can lift, it will decrease my weight by a lot. But since I still want to lift that day, I will be able to do the weight that I want. I just realized that I have to fix this. It should be, I can fix it later, but it basically has the same effect as, let me just skip this. Actually, I can just do this, skip this exercise. And basically, next time you can just, you'll be able to skip this. I'll fix this later. It's not too important right now. It's really affect anything. So I'll go through another scenario. I slept 4 hours. Did I eat today? Yes. How stressed am I? Let's say 2. And then it asks, are you feeling good? If you're feeling strong, I can increase your numbers. And I can say yes. And then it'll increase my numbers for that day. Basically, I can just keep going through this until I reach day 5 of week 4 of block 3. But basically, at that point, it's repetitive, and you can see how many different scenarios you can have and the impact it has on the weight. And it'll go through this day by day uh, until you are completely finished with the program, and then it'll print out this same thing at the end. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. Um, yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm really passionate about powerlifting, and I hope I was able to show my dedication towards this hobby and how I use code to kind of similarly imitate what a true powerlifting program would look like. Although it's not perfect, obviously there could be more specific questions I could have asked, such as like, do you like to squat more than you bench, or like, do you want to deadlift more uh, compared to your squat and bench? Like, do you want to improve it more? Um, Within the scope of my program or of time limit, I wasn't able to implement all of these, but I certainly could. And there's a lot of other factors I could have included as well, such as like different other like external factors, like uh, if someone's going on vacation, they'll have to skip a day. But I'm pretty satisfied with what I have, and I hope you can see clearly what the intent of this code was, and I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you.